Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to our playthrough of Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link. You joined me just a little ways outside of the town of Mido with our newly acquired hammer and downward stabbing action. And today, we are going to be going and doing a little bit of inventory well, I say inventory, I don't mean inventory, I mean status bar management. We're going to start by showing off our new ability to stab. 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 And stab. Go fuck yourself, buddy. We can bounce on enemies' heads, and I'll try and show that off in a second. But first, way more interestingly, hooray for heart. All of these little upgrades should make the upcoming bits and pieces of the temples and stuff significantly easier. We don't need it. And so that's done. Now it's time to wander. It's time to wander this way. And I don't remember what's in this cavern. Oh, this is right. So in that cavern is a lovely bit of P-bag, or experience points, I guess. I think the P stands for points, but I don't know, don't quote me on that. We can also do something very nifty, with our new hammer, and that is chop down trees. Don't ask me, I'm not a tree chopping down expert, but whatever. Over here, we've got another cave that we can only get to now that we have the hammer. Whoa, jeez. Was not expecting that. Ah, P-bag. I don't really feel like going back for it, I don't think. How do you like me now, asshole? That's what I thought. Suddenly these enemies become a complete joke. Unless you do what I'm doing and continually fuck up. There we go. Whoops. Come on. And now, just because we have the ability, we can use life twice. Why not? And here, in this cave, we get medicine. That medicine will be useful in a little bit. We never know who we might come across that's sick, dying, elderly, you know, stuff like that. Ow. Never expecting them. Surprise fish. Go away. Go, ow. Up to the right there, the top right, you saw our lovely temple, which we will be headed to very shortly here. After we do just a little bit more, I'm sure there's a term for it, side questing. Very. Sure, don't mind if I do. I wonder if you can actually see, oops, shit. Not mean to walk into that. But I guess it gave us magic, so it's not all lost. Kinda wonder if knocking down the forest there you can actually see Bagu's house, but whatever. It's not that big a deal. So we'll wander back this way. Up back into Mido. And let's go looking for somebody who might need medicine. Let's see, they'd have to live in a longer house. Perhaps maybe it's even a little bit bigger. Well, that almost fits the bill. Just to don't... Oh! That's the medicine we picked up, the water of life. But let's quickly run this to her daughter, who is probably over here in a basement. Okay, I'm okay with it if you are. And we learn another spell, the fairy spell. I will show it off, because why not? Whee! With it, we, surprise, turn into a fairy. Using this, we can actually bug our way through locked doors, but we can run into problems if we do that, so I'm going to avoid doing it. Speed runners and tool assist runners, excuse me, whom intentionally run this game. Oh, you know what, I'm going to go back and just get magic. Who run this game with super optimized routes and stuff like that. They use that so that they can avoid having to go out of their way to grab extra keys and stuff like that. It's really fun to watch them because they break the game in just the best ways possible. Hi, Grandma. Give me some of your, like, soup. It's soup in the new games, with Wind Waker or whatever. But, either way, now that we're fully outfitted, I think it's time to, wander our way all the way back to the second temple and, take that on. We could, of course, sequence break and go down and find the third temple, which is down in the forest, or not the forest, the graveyard over there. But we're not really sequence breakers. I hope you laughed at that, because you are not supposed to do Death Mountain until after this temple up here. We definitely broke sequence. Just because we can. And I'm an idiot, and I ducked instead of standing upright. Hooray! My combat ability. Let's go this way, screw it. Why did I do that, you ask? Well, we're coming up to a feature of a temple, or a new feature in a temple, that becomes a staple in a little bit here. So I figure, it won't hurt to show it off. Magic, hidden in temples, in the night statues. I am not entirely sure what causes it, but there are ways to knock an actual knight out of the knight statue, which can lead to some interesting effects. Some of which would include having to fight a knight. But about, I think it's like half the time you get the magic out of it. Oop. Whoa! Gonna use our own technique against us, eh? I'll be having none of that, thank you. And we now have a key. Hooray us. Don't stare at the bricks in the background as you move. It really make your eyes start hurting, so if that happens to anybody, I apologize. And now we want to go up. And now left. Oop, come on. Hello, game. Not sure why it freaked the fuck out there, but hey, who am I to complain? These lovely, knights, if you can get them into synchronicity. There we go. Are easy enough to kill, and are worth a decent amount of freaking experience when you don't keep screwing up and falling off, getting hit by them, and having them drain your experience. And that's what our key was for. Those blue blobs will turn into enemies. Just burn another life. I believe, yeah, we still have 2 lives, so might as well keep ourselves alive for as long as possible. Of course, the knights don't like you trying to bounce on their head, but you can. Oh, I don't know what's up with the lag right now, but this has gotten bad. So let's just run. Okay, we're out. I don't know why it started freaking out there, but it did. Haha. Yeah. You asshole. Oh, come on, are you kidding me? Those guys are more irritating insofar as they will steal your magic and then hit you just hard enough to take away your... Stop stabbing me in the head, thank you. Do I have a key? I do have a key. So we'll open this door and keep moving on. Now, somebody decided that this would be a good time to play Jenga, or, pardon me, Tetris. Jenga. Duh. Go away. Ooh, and we meet our first... our first red dark nut here. He falls. Oh shit, I don't have a key. Let's see if I can show off the fairy trick. There we go. And look at that. The power glove that we just picked up there is not a Nintendo merchandise. It allows us to do this. Any of these odd kind of, I kind of want to call them grayed out blocks, can be broken now that we have that glove, which will make navigating within temples, pretty much within temples exclusively. Ooh, jeez. Please don't shit fire on me, please. Go away. Thank you. Oops. More magic for the magic pile. Whoops. Come on. What are you doing, Jason? There we go. If you're gonna try and kill them with the downward stab, you really need to hit the sweet spot. Ooh, ooh. The sweet spot. And that sweet spot is just in between their shield and their, like, the core of their body. And you know what, I'm leaving you. Sorry, buddy. I really don't feel like fighting a lot of these things right now. So I won't. Let's go down, I think. Just a little bit rusty on where I need to be going. Nope, not yet. There was a weird weird entrance. There we go. Hello, thank you. And just to show off, oops, we can easily, damn it, break these blocks now that we have our power fist. Oh, well, that's dead. I screwed that up real nice. I'm gonna use shield just because I can't. And our first death of the temple. Whatever. I knew it was coming. That's why I have 3 lives. Oh, and we get another shot at, well, we don't anymore. We fucked it up again. Come on, buddy. I'm sure there's some sort of formula where you can figure out. And we don't have a key. Well, we do have fairy. Just totally said that we were not going to be doing this, and yet here I am doing it. Oh well. Yeah, it worked out nicely-ish. Not quite. We need to kill these guys first. It will all make sense in a second. Don't kill me now. There we go. Don't need to get stabbed there either. Am I willing to bet that the boss is worth at least 150 experience? I guess. I don't have much. You know what? You know what? I'll kill him and then we'll play it by ear from there. Alright, buddy. Come over here. Whoop. Die. Ha. Yes, he was. Okay, awesome. Which works out perfectly, because I didn't want to have to get the extra 500 experience. And now we can do this. And let the experience build up for us. And level up an attack. 5s across the board. And the fastest temple run you will probably ever see outside of a professional speedrunner or a tool-assisted run. I'm going to call that a part. When we come back, I will be back at Hyrule Temple, but I will be, and we'll be moving down to the next important sector, the 3rd temple. But for now, later.